Here, maybe. Knock it off at your.
Yeah, I hear them trucking, I can feel the vibe. Spiritualized, I can see inside. They want me to stumble when I don't even trip. 10 toes down, my days got drip. Railroad mobbing, it's a beautiful ride. Roll down the window, it's me inside.
Keep going, keep praying. Study hard, free yourself. Yeah, you've been praying for me, I can tell. Yeah, I felt a boost of virtue out of nowhere.
Going in the nicotine, took me out of that. He did. Could have been on drugs, yeah, took me out of that. He did. Could have been gone from a natural youth, took me out of that. Could have been dead, took me out of that.
Ain't nobody teach me nothing, except G's don't cry. So these ain't tears, I got blood in my eye. Pardon the lie, but the truth is hella grimy and greedy. Another child sacrificed to the city. Shalom, family. We live again. Welcome to episode 2 of Righteous Line TV, the Narrow Road Mobbing Podcast. And today we got some heavy hitters online. I'm not even going to run the names down to you because we got several of them. We're going to be talking about the event that's coming up in Dallas on June 5th. That's a big thing. And, we got DJ Taz coming on today too. We're going to do a little mixing and everything. And I'm just happy to get to know these brothers. We're going to be able to jump into everything they got coming up in the future, their story, how they got to doing what they're doing now, and, everything that's on the table for this event. So I'm excited about that. I'm going to bring us on in with Brother DJ Taz and let them get on the ones and twos for a second.
Shalom, shalom, family.
Shalom, my brother.
Are we ready?
We ready. We live. We ready. Let's hear the ones and twos.
What we going to do? We going to start off with our mix? Or we gonna start off with the talking?
Let's go with the mix.
Let's go with the mix.
It's the shortest DJ in the world. DJ Taz is in the building.
Kelly, y'all on the track. Righteous Christian. Yeah. What's up with me?
Y'all already know what time it is.
Gotta be relatable though.
We don't sing songs like this.
Talking about music. Right where we came from. And leading us where we going. Let's get it.
Talk to him.
Like no better than it started off. I changed my actions and my garments that Yahuwah cloth. Clean me up, don't make excuses if I didn't know. Accountability the way that a man go. My family precious, so I know I gotta lead them right. This war is deeper, plus these demons don't just creep at night. I listen to their words, watch their actions, pay attention. Pharisees and Moses see, act like Richard Nixon. Go to the church, my people battle more than drug addictions. Trying to do the laws, plus they gotta get their rent in. Protect me out, defend me like the most who distance. I got a couple sisters really trying to raise their children. Without a man, that's just how the world want it though. All alone, but don't let these crowds steal your glow. So let it show I'm rooted deep on my Yahuwah post. We really in the trenches, they just making Facebook posts. Let them know I ain't scared, so I share my situation. Show my love for Yahuwah. Every day, no hesitation. Ain't no need for no doctor. Who I give me medication. Just a couple brothers from the trenches, brothers from the basement. On my knees saying, Abba, can you please cover me? From top to bottom, yeah, like them old white tees. Your wisdom is so healthy, many days to save me. Made it through the storm, I just lost a couple leads. I just lost half.
Years is up, and now it's time to wake up. Let's go, Israel, let's go. From what? From.
It's been a long time coming, but we here now.
What? Scattered all around the world, folk covers.
In the midst of the nation, we was taken from our way across the
yeah.
Stacking humans on top of each other, ripping children from their mothers, and making example of their fathers.
Come on.
Oh, how do you this up? We've been through the fire, and now it's time to wake up. Last days, last day. Yeah. Inside. Ready. Last days, we turn to the last page. Yeah. The Messiah's coming. Messiah's coming. I'm like, why you running? Ain't no hiding from it. Father got your number. It's pointed unto man. Wants to die. And in the jungle. The Messiah's coming.
Y'all already know Messiah's coming.
Why you running? Ain't no hiding from it. The Messiah's coming. Messiah's coming. I'm like, why you running? Ain't no hiding. The Messiah's coming.
What I said?
Messiah's coming. I'm like, why you running?
Ain't no hiding from me.
Father got your number. It's pointed unto man. Wants to die. And in the judgment. Is you ready for it? I see the signs and I can't ignore it. Baby face, but I ain't no baby boy. When I was a child, I spoke as a child. But I became a man, had a change of plans. I'll never be the
Sing
same
again.
I see power changing hands. Tell me what's the Savior's plan? Jacob's new beginning.
Esau's the end.
You can't fool me, I know. I got the sermon, it shows.
Messiah's coming.
I got all these gifts, should I make profits from it? Knowing it ain't about the money. But in this system, if I ain't got it, I can't do nothing for you. And I got a giving heart, so I'm gonna do something. Welcome to Babylon, 100 miles and running. You can't fool me though, I got discernment. You can't fool me, I know. I got discernment, it shows. Messiah's coming. Why you running? Ain't no hiding from it. Father got your number, it's pointed unto man. Wants to die, and in the judgment.
Hey Taz, what's happening? Shit, Israelites got bars. Y'all already know Israelites got bars. Shit, I'm gonna steam to your whore. Shit, I'm gonna steam to your whore. Let's say what up. Santa Claus. Huh? Come on. I'm breaking down scripts with my mijo. David Dig alive, high crazy. Talk to Ty, who's shy is his hero. And I always was 100, but that take me back to zero. Zoom said, kill pride in the ego. You bring a burnt off and trim the fat like keto. Now we were the boss, now we lost like Nemo. Cause we did it our way, can't take it back, Carlito. Moshe ran the plaques to our people. Y'all try to turn us back to something regal. Hey.
Yo, brother, I mean, I heard some slappers in there. I think I heard The Rock. Who else did I hear in there?
You heard The Rock, our bar. You heard Larvin's Hebrew the Negroes, and what is this other one? I'm moving so fast. Let me go through my history. Just to start, and Akzug Songs, and that's actually off the new mixtape Inspiration for the Trenches, actually hosted by me.
I was gonna say I saw y'all just put that out, right?
Khan.
How long has it been out?
About a good week and a half.
Oh, so it's brand new. It's extra crispy.
Brand spanking new.
Where can everyone find it?
You can find it on Apple Music. You can find it on YouTube. Pretty much all major platforms you can find music on. You can find it on there.
Oh, it's streaming, so you can go stream the whole mixtape. That's
you
what's
can
up.
stream the whole mixtape.
How many songs on there?
16.
16. So it's a full album just running through various artists.
So actually the concept actually came from Zoo. You know, he was pretty much trying to get that old DJ drama feel far as a mixtape. And I had kind of been thinking about doing something like that, but I was like, man, I gotta put some songs together, this, that, and the third. And I was like, whenever I get the time, I'm gonna do it. So I actually did a live show, and cause he was actually talking to Yum, and he was like, man, well, I need a DJ to man host this mixtape, and did the show that night. That next morning he got up, and I had to tag him in the video. So he was like, he said Yahuwah instantly told him that's who I want to do it. So he sent me a text message. And when he sent me the text message, I was kind of rolling over. Actually, Yahuwah had really just woke me up, like when the text message rung on my phone. So I rolled over and looked at the text message. First thing first was, Barak Yahuwah, thank you for waking me up, breath of life. I thank you, give you praise, glory, and honor. And when I read the text, he was talking about he needed my help with something. And the first thing that actually came to mind was either mixtape or pretty much helping with the music part.
So you just moving with the spirit. He laid it on you and you took action.
Yeah. And he actually gave me a call and said he told me what he was trying to do. And it was the first thing that he was like doing the mixtape. And I was like, yeah, man, I'm down for that. I said, well, the only thing is I gotta find me a studio to pretty much record the mixtape in, because I didn't have pretty much nothing to record, and I got my little home studio that I just make beats in. But
oh, you make beats too?
I do. I definitely
have you produced anything for any Truth music artists that we know of?
No, not yet.
I need to tap in with you then, bro. We need to change that.
So
for the people that might not,
I got something in works right now with me and Zoog and Yam. I just made a beat maybe like last week, and I sent it to him, and he was like, that beat slapping right there. You gotta
That's the highest compliment. If a rapper say a producer's beat is slapping, please believe he mean it. Slapping don't get passed out to just everybody. You gotta earn that one.
So
for the people
beats in a while.
For the people that might not know who you are, why don't you go ahead and tell us who you are and where you come from, and tell us a little bit about your story, how you became a DJ.
So DJ Taz, as everyone know me on Facebook or YouTube, or DJ Taz 504 to be exact. Originally from New Orleans, right now I reside in Dallas, Texas. Interesting story how I wound up in Dallas. Well, back in Dallas, Yahuwah pretty much put me back here to start a new chapter of my life. A friend of mine was killed in front of my face in New Orleans, and the guy who did it, I saw him. I went to middle school, went to high school with him, and I had already been saying that I wanted to get away from New Orleans because of the crime that was so high. And that was my opportunity to get out. Yes, I got jumped, I got beat. What? I fought back, but hey, I came out, and that was a brand new beginnings for me. So when I made it to what the world commonly calls 2016 here in Dallas, because this happened actually what was called New Year's Eve, exactly happened on New Year's Eve.
So you was out partying on New Year's Eve. You was out getting it in on New Year's Eve. And man, that's the thing. When you somewhere where you ain't got a business being, stuff happens.
No, I was actually in my music studio.
You was handling business.
Yeah, I was in my music studio at the time. It was a fight that broke out between two women in my studio.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I actually was in partners with a couple of friends of mine. We was in partnership together. We had built a music studio, mixtape store, and a barbershop. So we pretty much was, we went all in a tax firm. So we was knowing each other.
So that's big. I don't want to breeze over that. So you had a recording studio, a barbershop, and what was the other thing?
Mixtape store.
And a mixtape store. So you were selling records with the studio. Man, that's big. That sounds like some like how Master P got started type of thing. Had the store, had the barbershop, had the record. Yeah, okay. So you all were entrepreneurs early on.
Definitely. Started, it really started with me with being a 3rd degree black belt. So I also taught martial arts. So
What?
yeah, there's a lot of things that's going on with me that a lot of people don't know.
Yeah. I mean, 3rd degree black belt, that's something you keep under wraps anyway. You know what I mean? That's like, hey, look, you're not gonna find out unless you gotta find out. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's something you keep under wraps anyway. So how long have you been DJing though? Like in your whole life? Like all together?
My whole life I've been DJing for 16 years now.
So you a professional. This is what you do. This is what you know.
This is what I do. This is what I know. In the world, it was 14 years. And just to back to my little testimony, well, it ain't little, but it's actually big. 2016, the seed was sold, worldly wise. The seed was sold in me. We were the Israelites, and I was supposed to be catching a bus to go to my grandmother's house, and Yahuwah glued my feet to the concrete to listen to these brothers on the street corner talking about Deuteronomy 28. And every time I tried to move to go towards the bus stop, I couldn't go towards the bus stop. The only way I could move if I was gravitating to the brothers on the street corner. So I couldn't I couldn't go to the left, to the right. I couldn't back up. Only thing I could do was walk forward. And Most High had me stand out there for 3 hours. Every bus passed me up. Every time I wanted to get on the bus and leave, I couldn't. So, glory be to Abba that he sold. The seed was sold, the water and the increase. Hallelujah. And then 2020 was when the real awakening actually happened. Most High sent a brother to me by the name of Ricky. And at this time, I was smoking, and I'm at the house smoking. I was cutting hair. COVID done hit. And I was like, man, I got on my knees and prayed. And I was like, Father, if I'm going to pray to you, I'm going to pray to you. I say, I need to know who you are. I say, I need to know your name. I say, Father, I'm lost. I say, if I'm going to pray to you, I'm going to pray to you because that name, JC, I just don't believe in. Like, I said, please reveal yourself to me because I do not want to be lost no more any longer. And at the time I say, amen. We all know what amen reference to Amun Ra, which is in so-called Egyptian God. So about 3 days later, he sent this brother to me, and he called me on the phone, and I was smoking, and for some strange reason, I had the urge to not want to smoke anymore. And I thought it was actually weird that I didn't want to smoke.
Man, when that spirit move on you and guide you, you can't help but listen. I'm familiar with that feeling, brother. When you start trying to walk in the light and you truly letting it guide you, it definitely guides you. It's up to you to listen, but it definitely guides you. I hear where you're coming from 100%. I bet the other brothers that we got waiting on the hallway got a similar testimony. Everyone can attest to that feeling. So I'm right there with you, bro. I get it 100%. And I can see in your works. I see you do the Sabbath every Shabbat. You do a mix show too, right? So yeah, you push in your work. So all those experiences that you had before led you up to where you are now, that it's time to kingdom build. And being that you've been a DJ for almost the last 20 years, that's what you can offer. That's the brick you can throw in. I'm gonna promote this music and push this music and all that. What role are you playing at the Hebrew Street Community Festival that's coming up in June?
Just as we said,
DJ
Taz.
That's what I knew.
In the Jews.
Hey, look, and that's a beautiful thing because I was kind of in a similar situation. I didn't know. I knew I wasn't a preacher. I'm not a teacher, but what I can offer is music and a platform to let other brothers, show their light and show how they're doing their work. So I respect it, brother. And I love what you do. I catch the Shabbat show every Saturday. And it's a beautiful thing. I love all the things that all the brothers in Israel are doing. I can't wait to hear what the other brothers have to say, but it's definitely a beautiful thing. I think now it'd probably be a good time to bring the other brothers in instead of leaving them out there in the cold while they listen to all this good conversation, and let all the brothers powwow and come together and build.
Let's break bread.
Let's do it. I'm gonna jump into. I want to play an ad for the event that's coming up. Just to let everyone get a little bit more familiar with it. We'll come back. I'll bring everyone on, and we'll get to know each other.
Let's do it.
Yes, sir.
Save your life. Ready or not, he's coming back like a thief in the night.
Shalom, shalom, Israel. This is Sista Delta with the Light Hebrew Magazine, and I want you to join me and the Key Is Me Foundation at the Hebrew Wall Street Community Fair in Dallas, Texas, Sunday, June 5th from 1 to 5 p.m. Join us. Lorvin, Yapa Q, Travis Snipes, with DJ Taz on the ones and twos. This event is going up, Israel.
Oh my, joy in the morning, new night. I'ma give praise till I die. Make sure my heart contrite. Despite it all, he had mercy on me. Live my life for Elohim. Arrows can fly day by night. You're my shield, my might. When I might wanna be corner, you hit me with my tumble. Oh no, then I be like, whoa, save your soul. Sin is a no-go. Life ain't no B-O-G-O. When you die, your life no more. My sins you forgave. I can go a day without seeing your face.
Yo, shalom, my good brothers. We got a full house now. What's good?
Yeah, shalom. Shalom.
Shalom. Hey, so DJ Taz, we know you, brother. Hey, everybody else, go ahead and introduce yourself.
I am Ayo Ben Yahoo and coming from South Carolina, from the Carolinas, by way of Charlotte. Hebrew Israelite artist, man, and all praise for having me on the show tonight. I'm thankful to be here.
I'm thankful to have you, brother. All praise to the Most High. Hey, you know what? I went to college out in South Carolina in Orangeburg at SC State.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Yeah, so I know a little bit out there. I mean, pretty much the campus and Walmart. That's all I know. But I was out there though for sure.
Yeah, we used to back a long time ago. We used to do the fifth quarter out there after the football games. Man, we used to be on the campus and up at SC State. So yeah.
Yeah, the football games was big, man. I enjoyed my time up here. All right, yeah. Dr. Asiatic, what's good, brother?
Peace and blessings, brothers. What's happening?
Talk to us. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Man, I came through DJing, man. That's how I broke out the womb, man, with a set of turntables, man. I started off with a young set of turntables, graduated, went from there, man. But I'm a 41 year veteran DJ, man, from Jackson, Mississippi. Been all across the world doing it. It's my profession. Along the way, I learned other tricks and trades of the game, journalism, sound stage, lighting, videography, photography, and all of that, man. So I touch bases on a lot of different areas, man. But thanks to the Most High, man, he brought me through a whole lot of, trials and tribulations, man, along the way. And now I'm trying to do it for him, definitely for the rest of my life.
Yes, sir. Everybody trying to put their brick in the best way they know how. I'm with you on that. Brother Obadiah, I see you over there. What's good, brother?
Shalom, everybody. What's going on? My name's Obadiah Yahoo. I got started with music when I was real young. Started playing the bass. That was my first instrument, but been doing it for a little while. Just ain't really had gotten public with it until I got into the truth. So yeah, I'm happy to be here. Praise school.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now I'm not gonna just act like I don't see all those guitars and stuff in the background. And now I see congos in the background. What do you play? How much do you get down? How involved are you with these instruments?
I get down with the get down. So I got a piano to the right of me. I can't remember how many guitars I got.
And now you froze up. But that's Oh, there you go. You back now. They gave it back to us. Okay.
So I got the piano to the right of me, bass, guitar. That was my first instrument, the red one to I think y'all's left. But I started playing when I was 7 years old, and I've been playing guitar for like 7+ years now. Yeah, that's how I kind of got started.
Wow. So so you can play several instruments then. So do you read music, or you just play by feeling, or do you really are you a real like musician, or because I can play a couple instruments, maybe one instrument actually. I don't know about a few or a couple, but I don't read music though at all. You know what I mean? I know some brothers, they can get down and they just go by the vibe. They can't really read it, but they can play it.
Yeah.
Which type are you? You read and play, or what?
So I used to read when I was in middle school. I used to play tuba and a lot of other instruments. That's how I learned how to read music. But I've been out of reading music for years. I don't read music. I go by ear, and I sing by ear too. And I just go by feelings. So when I was growing up, going through high school and stuff, I used to seclude myself away from people and just really listen to my guitar, let it resonate, play one note, really see what it sounds like. And I think that was Abi Yahuwah showed me at the time, this is how you really, connect with me. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the ways that I play. That's the only way that I play. I play by Ruach. I let it lead best I can. But I kind of picked each one up because I wanted to have something to complement each other. So that's how I kind of got going with it. But yeah.
Do you produce music for any true music artists or anything, or?
So I'm Yahuwah willing, I would like to. I just produce my own music. I mix it and I lay down everything.
So if someone wanted to contact you about maybe some collabs, what could they do? Just reach out to you on social media and be like, hey, what's up? Or do you get down like that, or how do you approach it?
So we just had a conversation with this last Shabbat just this past yesterday, but I'm very, very particular about the music. I gotta really get to understanding you as a person. I respect the I guess the gift that person has for sure, but I really got to get to know you first before I start letting you on music. That's a soul tie. A lot of people don't know that, but when you collab with people and talk to people and let them, in your craft that Yahuwah gave you, you got to be careful because you don't know what kind of root they have. You don't know what kind of root they got. So I'm definitely down with it. Yahuwah willing, that's what I want to do soon in the near future. Just had an album drop almost about half a month ago now. So praise Yahuwah for that. But I do want to. I'm looking to expand. I guess the way that I'm doing the music for now. I just wanted to kind of get my name out there first because nobody, you gotta get other people before you start collabing. So that's what I'm doing right now.
What's the name of the new album?
The Narrow Road. It's on all platforms: Deezer, Spotify, iTunes. We can find it anywhere. And I got a couple of singles on there as well, but I mainly post on SoundCloud. I haven't quite figured out how to get the album on the SoundCloud, but I'm gonna try to figure it out so people can save it to their favorites and stuff like that. So I'll
double back with you afterwards. I can help you with that and show you what to do. Get it all going. Make sure we get your music playing on the radio too.
Hallelujah! I'm ready. Appreciate that.
Sir. So DJ Taz, so talk to me, brother. Tell me about what you got coming up soon, or what's coming in the pipe.
Ooh, man, it's a slew of events. A lot. First off, this June 5th event here, the Hebrew Wall Street Community Fair. Have that. I'm actually gonna do the what's called the Singles Conference in Houston. I'm gonna be doing that. That's gonna be in July the 8th through the 10th. I have to go to Chicago, July the 3rd. North Carolina in October. Earlier in October, and then Mrs. Jackson, Mississippi, and
man, what you want a world tour, brother? That's a lot. That's a lot of work. You doing work? I need to get a T-shirt for that or something.
Pretty much, man. Yahuwah got me on the move, man.
Hey, that's a blessing. All praise to the Most High. You get to spread it everywhere you go, right?
God.
I love it. Brother Asiatic, how about you? That man in traffic.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm moving around, man. I got all types of stuff on the plate, man. Some of it I want, some of it I don't. You know what I'm saying? I come from, like I said, I come from a long line of. I came through the trenches, man, through the gutter, with this music, and I'm trying now, man. Like the event we got coming up, man. I'm gonna bump heads, man, and get connected with a lot of the Hebrew artists, DJs, producers, you know, promoters, and all of that. He's working it out little by little, man. I just launched a new business back in Jackson, Mississippi, a ballet company. So I'm working.
All praise. Congratulations on that.
Yeah, I'm working with that. But like I say, man, it's a ton of stuff, man. The stuff that I don't want, I won't even mention. Just hopefully, man, when I get out there and get connected with y'all, man, I can get some things lined up, man, for Yahuwah.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a big event. It's a lot of brothers coming from all over the country. Unfortunately, I won't be able to make it, so I won't be able to be in the building. But I'm definitely going to be paying attention to what's going on out there. It's a good chance to network, get to know each other and to start building. I mean, events like that, I mean, I think they're really necessary. I wish we could do them more often and have them, come together all the time. So that way we can really get to know each other and, feel each other's spirit and grow and build and do it that way. Because sometimes it's hard over social media, you know what I mean? But I think a lot of brothers are coming with platforms like this one and others that are starting to bring it together. And, in time, I think it starts to build and it becomes a thing of its own, So I'm happy to hear that. I know you mentioned you were in journalism too, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I do a lot of activism. I do a lot of writing, podcasting, interviews, and all of that, man. You can check some of my stuff out, man, on my social media. We're going to connect with that, man, when I get out there. And as far as the ones that's not going to be there, I can send you the links or whatever the case may be. And you can check me out.
Hey, you know what I noticed about us Hebrew brothers? We so humble. We don't even like to promote our stuff. We don't mention we don't mention what we got rolling. I mean, if you mention the podcast, Brother Obadiah, make sure you mention the album. DJ Taz, mention. That's what it's for. I suffer from the same thing. Though I go somewhere and I have stuff rolling and I won't even mention it because you don't want to do too much. You know what I mean? So I get it, but I'm happy to hear everything everybody's doing. It's a blessing that we have these platforms where it's a space where you can share these ideas and share what we have coming up and do those exchanges. And that's what's up. I'm happy to hear that.
Yes, sir.
Brother Benyahu, what about you? Go ahead.
Well, I was just saying one thing about it, man. The reason I don't do it, man, always is because of the fact that it's so easy to get into, something that you didn't mean to get into. Especially with this music thing, man, meeting a lot of different people. I heard Brother Obadiah speak on it a little while ago. Being around certain spirits, man, you have to be careful with that.
You got to be careful with that, brother. You got to be careful.
Yes.
I mean, I've not to jump on to talking about me and what I got going on, but with my music, if you go back, the first 2-3 albums, I didn't even do one feature for that same reason. I don't even know. It's hard to feel somebody out in social media, but I think history makes things authentic. So if you can get to knowing someone for a year or two, even if it's on social media, you can kind of get a good idea of what kind of brother they are and go from there. So yeah, I feel you on that 100%. 100%.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Brother Benyahu, what you got brewing?
Oh man, we just got back in the house from in Atlanta today with Miss Yapa Q and Lorvin.
That's right, the video
shoot for their single Hallelujah. Man, we had a great time.
All praise.
So check that. That'll be coming soon. But yeah, we the New Moon album is still streaming on all platforms, man. So all digital platforms, all digital stores. It's a 12 song LP. And on this album, just as y'all were saying, I didn't have any features for that, for that same reason. It's my first Truth album. I'm just getting to know everybody, and like you were saying, Tru Judah, it's it's kind of hard. You as Hebrew artists and as servants of the Most High, like y'all were saying, we do our best to try and stay humble. So a lot of the self-promoting, that you kind of,
it's tough.
It's tough because it's a thin line from being me, and make sure we giving the Most High, all the praise, all the honor, and all the glory for what we do. So, so the album is still streaming and meeting, guys like DJ Taz, he been spinning the album. being on with Sista Delta and working with Sista Delta for a while, and it's a blessing to be able to meet like-minded Hebrew artists and journalists and podcasters that do care about, like Obadiah and Dr. Asiatic was saying, soul ties and making sure we keep our ruachs and our spirits clean, and make sure that we do understand that the Most High, He revels in the praise that we have for Him, and making sure that we keep each other rooted and grounded. So yeah, New Moon. We just also just did the remix to Save the Day, one of the singles off the album with Miss Yapa Q. That's streaming on all platforms. I got another the single Whoa, got another remix coming up with Brother Eliah Yisrael. So June 5th, got the Hebrew Wall Street Community Fair. We'll be performing down there. Also in October, in Archdale, North Carolina, close to my hometown, we'll be at the Fall Feast. So yeah, got a lot of great things in store. We working, man. We trying to build the community, brick by brick.
Brick by brick. That's the motto, right?
Yeah, I remember last time you were talking about that on the other show.
Brick by brick, man. I'm talking about just lay one. By the end of the year, you done got your whole room built. Just keep building.
Right. And that's what I was exactly. And like we were saying, no features on this album. But now I got a couple features under my belt, getting to know my brothers and my sisters out here, man. It's such a blessing to be able to just minister in song and in the word, man. It's such a blessing, and to be used as a vessel by the Most High, and to see guys like yourself and DJ Taz, Obadiah, and Dr. Asiatic, like-minded artists in their own lane, serving the Most High in their own right. So we're thankful, man.
You and I are in a similar space, and so is Dr. Asiatic, the brother right there. Everyone's saying the same things.
Yeah,
and I'm new. I don't know much of anyone. You know what I mean? And when you come into the truth, you realize the ways of the world, and you kind of become a recluse almost. You know what I mean? Like I kind of separated from everybody and got this into my house, my family, and that's what it was. And then I started making music. But now I found out, oh, look, I'm sitting here, I'm doing all this building, and I don't know how to promote. I'm not promoting. I don't even know anyone. But it's the Most High's will, because with that, I'm saying that right now. But look, I'm on the live stream with you brothers. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's not even about me. What's going to be is going to be. All I got to do is wake up and show up. If I wake up and show up, that's what it is. I'm not a podcaster, but this is the second episode, and I know by episode 5 I'll be better. You know what I mean? I'm not a promoter, but I know if I keep going, it'll get better, because that's the Most High's will.
All praises.
I think this is a good time to ask this panel of brothers, how do we overcome that apprehension with self-promotion? Because if we're doing music to glorify the Most High, or doing content to glorify the Most High, I think it's wise to promote it. But like I think one of the brothers said, it's a thin line where you feel like you're going too far and too self-absorbed. But how do we counter that? How do we promote and find a safe, middle ground, that narrow road, to be able to just say, okay, this is what I'm doing. I'm going to promote it and do it, because we have to promote these things. I have to promote this radio station. You got to promote New Moon album. You got to promote all the projects we have going. How do we do it? What do y'all think about that?
I think myself, man, it's the professionalism, man, that you come with, and also, man, staying fine-tuned with the law, statutes, and commandments. It's real hard to do, man, because being a musician, man, most of the business comes on the Sabbath, so that's a battle within itself right there. And then the next thing about it is, in the music industry, man, it's the tapped in on the righteous side, man. Just like with the worldly side, a lot of the artists that try to go that way, man, and try to feed their families and so forth, just like us. I'm speaking on that so you can understand where I'm coming from. We're trying to feed our families. We just have to stay prayed up. I'm gonna shorten it down and say we got to stay prayed up, man, and keep fine-tuned with the law. Other than that, man, repent every day, repenting, sitting down and just getting a very good mental awareness of what you're doing and who you're doing it with.
Yeah. I think a lot of it is, I know for me at least, at first I was trying I thought I could roll with my own ideas and do it my own way and how I wanted to do it, and it didn't work. And then I kind of fell back a little bit and truly let myself be guided by the Spirit, and it came to be exactly what the Most High wanted without me. You know what I mean? And here it is. All I did was keep showing up. So yeah, that's I feel what you're saying there, brother, 100%. Brother DJ Taz, I see you got something locked and loaded over there. What you got?
I definitely want to say this. You know, every day we gotta pray for discernment and wisdom, in how we do things. So when I first started DJing truth music, I was very careful on who I would spin because of the fact of your lyrics. And you know, we supposed to try the spirit. We supposed to try the spirit by the spirit. And a lot of the music that I was listening to the music, and if it would rub my ruach the wrong way, I wouldn't play it. You know, I would definitely have to, you know, meet that person, get to know that person. But if Yahuwah moves on me, then I'm gonna play. Just like the new moon. I actually reached out to the brother.
Yep.
Because at first, what kind of messed me up, and I definitely had to pray about it, was the title of it was New Moon and then the astronaut on there. So I was like, all right, let me just go and reach out, you know. And lo and behold, glory be to Abba, just just that discernment right there, of praying, and never really actually had a conversation with him. But after listening to maybe like the first 2 to 3 songs, I was like, oh wow. Oh, okay. Our spirit is on him, because I'm definitely one of those brothers to be like, if it's gonna rub me the wrong way, I know how it's gonna feel.
So how do you get around that as a DJ? I mean, so you're real selective about what you're gonna put in your mix, or do you kind of just, what's your margin? I mean, if the brother says a wrong name you don't like, you won't play him, or how do you go about it?
So what I do is I try to, try the spirit by the spirit, and I want to listen, pretty much listen to the music. So I'm listening to your music to hear, if I hear profanity and, just bywords that's, too much. Some people can use bywords to explain, the situation, but it also can be a hindrance sometimes. Right. And it's just that, Yahuwah is like, we already speaking a cuss, this language that we speak right now. Like, we're speaking a curse.
It's already defiled. The language is already conjoined.
It's already a curse as we speak. Right. And then for you to use these derogatory terms on top of what's already a cuss, then it's like, it's defeating the purpose. So it's like, how can we use Abba's name and use these derogative terms in the same sentence? Like, that just don't go. That's just like, how can you serve? You can't serve 2 masters. You're going to either love the one and hate the other. So it's like, choose ye this day who you going to serve. You going to serve Yahuwah, or you going to serve Hasatan?
That's a good point. You cannot serve 2 masters.
Can't do it.
So I know there's some brothers that feel like we're fishers of men. So we should be speaking to the sinners and to the worldly people, and we have to present this in a way that that they're going to listen. I know that if I'm going to step out the house and just go in the hood and pass out songs, say, look, this the new thing. I want you to listen to this, and I'll go on there and I'm saying words like names like Yahweh Shai, or the same things that I know they don't understand. How do we counter that? If we want them to listen, how do we get them to listen? By saying things that we know that they might not understand yet. Do we just let the Most High do his work and plant the seed, or do we give them a little bit of bait? Because, personally, if I hear, like you said, a lot of bywords or a lot of things like that, it might turn me off. But then I might still use some of those bywords in my everyday vernacular with my close family and friends. You know what I mean? It happens. So I don't even know how to approach that personally. What do y'all think about that?
So let me start off like this. It's more words out here that are familiar that we can say to get their attention. Just like they listen to songs on the radio, it's the same way. you know, they have to. It can't be no cussing on the radio. Well, in these days and times, they didn't let a lot of, you
Yeah.
know, butts and all that other stuff,
Mhm.
you know, just come across on the radio. But the way we grab them is, and I used to tell an artist that I had underneath me a while back, I said, you want to gain the people, give them something they can relate to without cussing.
Boom. Make
That's it.
yourself vulnerable. Tell them your story. Give them your testimony.
That's it.
Give them something they can relate to. You don't have to use all the words they don't understand, but if you give them honesty, give them vulnerability, give them your testimony, they'll relate. You know, you got to tell somebody, if you struggle with lust, I don't need to hear a song about the strip club. I need you to make a song about how you overcame lust.
Right.
And then that's two totally different things. You're talking about the same thing, but tell me how you beat it. How do you wake up? Because I know it's there. I know you go on your phone and the first thing you see is twerk. You know what I mean? Do you lower your gaze? How do you fight it, brother? Do you scroll by it? Do you block that person? Do you take a peek? What do you do? How do you get through this every day? For the brother that says he doesn't deal with that, I know right off the bat that brother's not being honest because we're surrounded by it. So there's various degrees of it. You know, a brother could say, you deal with lust, but I would say that, but I'm referring to thoughts. I'm not going, when I say thoughts, I mean in your head. You know what I mean? So when that's what I'm referring to, I'm not referring to I'm in a situation where I'm about to cheat on my wife or go to the club and throw some money or do anything like that. These are thoughts. So there's various degrees of it. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna tell you, brothers, this is not how the show was supposed to go. We were supposed to do it a different way, but the conversation is so enlightening and the spirit is moving so much. I'd rather hear these things than what I had planned. So we're just gonna keep it rolling the way we're going and see what comes about. I mean, I love it because rarely do I get a chance to chop it up and powwow with other brothers that's on the same level and then get some understanding about where everyone is. And the more I do it, the more I see, wow, it's other brothers out here that's like me. Because honestly, when I first came in, I was intimidated by, I don't know if intimidated is the right word, but you feel me? I was intimidated by the clothes and the brothers that could run off the precepts so fast and do all this stuff. And man, what is this? I don't even understand. I'm not that. You know what I mean? But it's been like 8-9 years for me, and now I'm like, okay, you know what? I am that. I'm just different than that. I don't have to speak this way. I don't know Hebrew, but I know the commandments. You know what I mean? I don't know this, but I know this, and I'm going to stick to what I know. Now I'm finding out there's many other brothers that are the same way. They keep to themselves. They deal with their family and their nation building, and they're just worried about their salvation. And I love it. Dr. Asiatic, you okay? That thing turned black as a mug out there.
It's dark.
I'm in these woods, man. I'm in these woods.
Hey, look, we got your back, bro. I know about the woods out there. We got your back. Stay online with us.
As long as you don't see no bright streak, I'm all right.
Or no flashing red and blue lights, right? You all good. Hey,
we just pray safe travels for you, man. You know?
Brother. Yes, sir. Please.
Oh, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, so I mean, I love the conversation, y'all. I mean, everybody's a big creator. Brother Obadiah, how do you feel about those things, man? How do you feel about, I know we kind of took a left and then a right, then another left, but how do you feel about brothers being able to overcome the place that we put ourselves in when we're trying to figure out how to promote or how to talk it up? Because it's necessary. We have to promote these things. Like I know that, for instance, this radio platform that I've been doing, this is going on the 5th year. The first 4 years, no one even knew it was there. I was steady building, but most of it came from me I didn't know how to promote, and I didn't want to offend anyone. And I didn't want to be coming on like, oh, I got a radio station going, because I don't feel like it has anything to do with me. I've been trying to do things my whole life, and nothing was successful. It wasn't until I said, okay, I'm going to do this for the Most High, that anything started to even come about. I started making the best music I made. We're all sitting here on Righteous Line Radio. I got some other things going on. It's all praise to the Most High. So now that I'm in that space, I'm realizing, okay, the second step is how do I promote this? How do I do this? What do you need me to do? What do you think about that, brother?
So I love that was a whole bunch, man. I got a lot to say on that.
Run it down. We in the building.
I'm getting excited right now. Okay. So, you were talking about with DJ Taz about how to reach them. That was a great answer. And what it does is it separates the wheat from the tares. Whenever someone makes music like that and they produce music like that, when you talk about something you can relate to, because I can relate to what you just said, both of y'all. So when you can talk about something someone can relate to in a positive manner, and you make the music sound like how they like it, right? Like how, hip hop has changed over the years, right? Over a while, since from the 90s till now. So, you got people that still listen to it. So what you want to do is you want to find something they can relate to and make the music the way that they like it. And what it does is instead of it, like you're saying, it attracts you to going back to the club. What it does is if the people, like your music and they don't like the message, that's how you know who is for Yahuwah and who isn't, and who's with, the kingdom and who isn't with the kingdom. So I really like, how y'all put that. And then as far as like, the promotion side of everything, honestly, it's crazy. I be at work sometimes and I just said it to this one person, then it just started spreading. And I was just like, this is what Yahuwah intended for us to do, is to be a light in this dark world. It's to be a light on that narrow road. It's to keep it pushing, even though we know that, we may not succeed money-wise off of this, that we're not going to be counting on the money coming in. We're counting on the blessings. We're counting on the true barakah from Yahuwah. The master,
not to stop you, but isn't it incredible how he literally puts new desires on your heart? I mean, like everything that's going on costs me money, and it's a joy to spend it. You know what I mean? I don't care about getting one dime back. No one buys my albums, but I still make them. You know what I mean? So yeah, I feel you. I'm sorry, bro. I didn't mean to stop you. Go ahead.
Oh, you're good. That's really what it is truly doing it for what it is that he's your purpose. What's your purpose? We all have different purposes and goals and visions that Yahuwah gives us. When we go before the master and we humble ourselves and we get on our knees and we pray to him and we go to his feet, you really get, a direct thing, order from him, when you really do that. And, it's in the scriptures like that. Shaul go different places, like in Acts. He goes in different places and he dwells in different places because Yahuwah tells him to, and it's all over the prophets, so really going into this walk, I never really been about trying to get money, even whenever I wasn't in the truth, because I came from, church, and I was like, on the stage and stuff like that. But there was a time where I was trying it. I was in the truth and I was really trying to make money off of this, but Yahuwah was like, no, that's not what you need to be doing this for. So as far as the promotion part, it'll come because Yahuwah is there. It's gonna come. We naturally, if we walk past somebody that's in the world, they can feel that. They can feel the difference. They feel the energy shift. They feel the ruach shift. And so going into that, you that's a moment you speak on it, because Yahuwah is not gonna put something in your walk that you can't handle. Not only that, but when you pray to Yahuwah and say, hey, like, I want whoever you desire to put in front of me to talk to today, I'm going to be a light to that person, regardless of if they serving, a warlock or serving another Elohim. I'm going to completely put that person in the light, show them who Yahuwah is. That's an opportunity. So I think as brothers, and brothers and sisters that are in this walk that may be having, problems promoting things, and I need to start doing this myself. See, I'm speaking like that. But,
right.
I believe that we should take those opportunities and not take them for granted. When you have that moment, it's like you have with your family. It's you really got to reflect on that. How many times do you call your parents, and even if they're not in the walk, you got to be that light, regardless of the situation. So, I didn't mean to get all mushy and deep, but really that's that. I think
that's
mushy and deep is what we're here for, brother. Go ahead and lay it out.
Laying it out.
Yeah. I mean, it's when you look at it, it's that's why I think it's a beautiful thing that we can all come together and share these testimonies and perspectives, because what ends up happening is we find out that we are all sharing the same spirit and same perspective. When you lay it out, it's like, whoa, okay, we all keeping commandments, we all here. And look, as soon as we start opening our mouth, the same thing starts falling out. Everybody's head nodding like, yeah, I'm in agreement, brother. I'm in agreement. And that's a beautiful thing. You know what I mean? That pleases the Most High when brothers are brotherly love pleases him. You know what I mean? And I don't know you brothers, but I feel like I know you brothers, and we sitting here like, yeah, that's what's up. Because you guys are saying the exact same things I feel. And I'm, you start feeling good, you start getting goosebumps, your spirit starts vibrating, and you start vibrating higher because you like, wow, okay, I'm gaining confidence because of the brothers that I hear. But it's not even confidence; it's just that spirit increasing because it's seeing kindred spirits. It's like, oh wow, I can be secure in this feeling that I have. It's not weird. This is what it's supposed to be. Look, this brother is a stand-up brother, and he's feeling this way. This brother's a stand-up brother, he's feeling this way. That only happens when we come together. When we come together and talk and exchange ideas and build together, that's when we start to find those things out. So I'm grateful for these opportunities to be able to come in contact with different brothers because, it's been a while for me in the truth, and I haven't really been. I've come in contact with brothers, but like you gotta use discernment and test the spirit. And sometimes, things aren't always what they seem, but everybody's at different levels and going through different phases. If someone would have met me on year one, I'm a completely different person with a different understanding than I was now than I was then. You know what I mean? I remember like going off on my sister because she came over with pants on with some holes in the knees. You know what I mean? I went off on this girl, and I felt bad 3 years later. I apologized to her, like, hey sis, I'm sorry I did that. You know what I mean? That wasn't right. But what you have to understand is I found out this new information, and I was terrified for you and me and everybody I love. So when I seen that, it was like a bomb blew off. Now, please, let's listen. You know what I mean? Right. 7 years later, I'm calmed down and I enjoy the peace. And I just try to show them the light. Hey, look, now it's been 7 years. I ain't trimmed my ways yet. So you might as well respect it or jump on board or whatever you got to do. But I ain't changing. Ain't no Christmas. Ain't no paganism. Ain't no none of that. And you don't call me on Sabbath. You know what I mean? Don't bother me on Sabbath. Everything else we good. But those things we good. But and that comes with just being diligent and spending time with the spirit and doing all the things. Now, I'm talking a good talk, but I'm far from perfect. But I try to do everything that I can do. And when I start talking to brothers like you, I'm like, okay, maybe I'm doing something right. You know what I mean? Maybe there's other brothers that are here because you really don't have a gauge. You can look at your life and say, okay, look around. I say, okay, I'm blessed. The Most High is indeed showing me favor. And it's not because of the things he gives me. It's because that he makes my heart content with what I have. So it doesn't matter if I only had a sleeping bag, I would enjoy my sleeping bag. It'll be the best sleeping bag I ever had. And thank you for this. You know what I mean? But because of that, he gives me the things that I need to be able to have a platform. He gives me the things that I need to have my teeth, whatever it is I want to do. He gives it to me. But he also knows that if he gave the call, I'll walk out this garage right now and leave everything behind and go lay in the mountains somewhere on the ground. It don't matter to me. It's all the same. I'll be happy for the ground that he gave, So that's where I am. And I think when you start having those type of feelings and start having those type of revelations is when you start realizing how much you've learned and how much you've grown in the spirit and how much things increase. And I think the more that happens, the more peace you start to feel, and you can just kick back like Brother Obadiah right now with his orange folks kicking back. That's the logo right there. Like, bro, I'm here. You know what I mean? It's also when it gets a little tougher because that wickedness starts coming at you in ways slicker. You know what I mean? Slicker ways than ever. At first, you could see it. You know it. Now it's slicker. Like, it might come from your parents. It might come from your kids. It might come from you. And it's all up to you how you respond to it and deal with it. And that's your test. Right now, I'm going through something like that right now. I just went in the room and talked to my wife before we got on. I said, hey, you know what? This ain't even about what I said it was about. This is about me and how I'm about to react to this small situation. So I need to figure this out because I can easily let this come in my house and start stressing out and tripping out and all this stuff when that's the whole test right there. Like, look, man, I thought you was a piece. I thought you was, do you see where you are? Just like the law is there to show you how wicked you are. It's the same thing. Like, look, I thought you bragging to the brothers about having peace, but truth is you go in here and you stressing out about this problem. You can't have faith and worry at the same time. It doesn't work out. That's impossible. How you got faith and you in here talking about anxiety? Right. that ain't what's up. Right. It don't mix. It don't mix.
Right.
Not at all.
And I love to hear that brothers agree because that's probably something I've never even said to some other brothers, but the fact that y'all agreeing lets me know one thing for certain: it's on the right track. You know what I mean?
We all go through it too. We all go through it too. I mean, we all have our ups and your ups and downs, but it's all a test from the Most High anyway. It's going to work out for your good anyway, because he has to make sure he can trust us with his word, first of all. You know what I'm saying? Then on the backside of that, as we mature and grow, as you were alluding to, that's how we learn more about him, and we learn more about ourselves with a renewed mind each day. So, feelings come and go. I may feel one way, then the next second I may feel a different way. But when a sensing deep in your spirit, a sensing is a lot deeper than a feeling. And when the Most High is dealing with you in that aspect, he's not going to let it go away. It's going to be there until you get on your knees and deal with it. And be open and contrite to him, and let him know, like, look, Most High, I need your help. I can't, what do I do? How do I trust you more? Show me, reveal to me, and he'll start revealing to you, like you just said, through different situations. How can I say I'm in shalom when behind the scenes I just got stressed out and was anxious about a small situation? But it's a little test. Yep. It's a little seed. That little seed can grow into a tree that has many roots branched out where it can't be moved. And that's what we got to become and mature in that. And that's what I'm learning now with social media presence, all of that. As long as we give Abba the glory in each second, in each minute, we'll learn how to, I'm learning how to promote. I'm learning how to I'm learning how to reach out to different people. I'm learning how to reach out to DJ Taz. I'm learning how to reach out to Obadiah and Dr. Aziah. We got to learn how to reach each other. We got to learn how to, just talking with my brothers, Lorvins and Jay Lutch and Amir today. It's the same way. We build and we pull off of each other because we know each other has spent time with the Most High. So there may be an experience that Michael Tru Judah is going through right now that I'd be like, you know what? I ain't even thought about like that. Man, okay. Wow, we, like you just said, we in agreement. And once we can agree that the Most High deal with us in different ways, there you go. Yeah. Because it's all spiritual. It's spiritual warfare. It's spiritual.
Spiritual. And that's what I was, you inspired a thought when you were saying those things, because early on, I'm not a debater. I kick back. I learn from the debates, though. I like to hear brothers go in sometimes. I don't like it, but I like to hear. Right. I like to hear the smart discord. I don't like it, but I like it. You know what I mean? So I heard brothers go off about the names and about the days and about these things, and over time I started realizing this can't be the will of the Most High for us to sit here and argue about his days and about these names. Right. If that's the case, I'm just going to ignore that and just go ahead and go with this. Why do I, if every time Passover rolls around and we're spending 3 days arguing about what day it is, that defeats the whole purpose. Right. That can't be what it's about. I think a lot of the division comes from brothers holding too hard to, he said Jesus, I can't deal with him, or he said Yahushua, can't deal with him, or he does the new moon on this time, can't deal with him. Right. And at this point, I hate to say it, but I feel like that's almost ridiculous, because if any of you brothers called me and said, and I know some brothers keep the Sabbath according to the new moon, and it falls on different days. There was a time when I would argue, brother, with that, but why? If you call me to your house and it's Wednesday and it's Sabbath, guess what it is for me? It's Wednesday Sabbath for me at your house. Now, when I go home, it's not that. But when I come to your house, I respect it, brother. What? It's not going to kill me to just enjoy Sabbath with you on this day and do what we do.
Because you still remembering the Sabbath.
I'm still remembering the Sabbath.
Remembering. That's what he said. Remember the Sabbath to what? Keep it holy.
Keep it
remember
holy. And this is brotherly love.
Keep it holy.
Yes. Come on, this is brotherly love. So these days, these feast days, these Sabbaths, they should bring us together and build upon love. So if you call me over and I do it a different day, I'm going to come to yours and hey, brother, I get down next week. You coming to mine? You know what I mean? And I expect a guess. I mean, unless you can't make it, but I expect a guess. I don't expect the debate about when the new moon comes, because that's not the spirit we should be in. Because if we're going to the word, Christ is going to come put that back in order for us. We don't know nothing. Come on, know. You think
I want to say this?
Oh, my bad, brother DJ Chaz. I done left you out in the cold. Come on.
It's okay. I'm listening in the background. It's okay. When I get my chance, I'm gonna say what I gotta say. So it's about us laying at Abba's feet You know, laying as we are dust.
Come on, man.
You know, to laying as we as dust, prostrate to the
Come on.
flow, and crying out to him is where we get our understanding, where, you know, pouring out our whole heart to him. Definitely facing the east is definitely important of doing that process, because Daniel, he faced the east 3 times a day. He prayed 3 times a day. And those, you know, those times was the times that the Shemahims opened. You know, those that third hour, that 6th hour, that 9th hour. Those are the times that the Shemahims opened, that gave us an opportunity to be able to sing praises unto him. You know, we go through, you look through all out the scriptures, it talks about singing praises, giving him praises. Not only just praying, but singing praises. Like, I don't care if I can't sing. I'm gonna sing some praises.
DJ singing, boy.
It is required of us to sing praises.
Yes.
Even if we got a
That's it.
Come on, start right there.
That's it. That's it.
Start
You
right
know,
there.
even if we gotta do that, but we know what we're humming. We're humming a praise. You know, we're humming a praise to him. So definitely, you know, it's about that laying at his feet, man, and giving it all. If we don't give it all to Abba, man, it's nothing that we can accomplish. From dirt we came, to dirt we shall return. Like, we gotta return back to the dirt, y'all. Like, no matter how it go, we gotta return back to the dirt. That's how he's, you know, he's listening to us as we speaking right now. You know, be not unequally yoked. I don't like that means with your spouse, that means with your brother, your sister.
Yep.
Be not unequally yoked with them. And that be the, you know, that be the thing. That's why we have to try the spirit by the spirit, you know, and that's what be making us so timid, you know, because what Amos 3:3, how can 2 walk lest they agree? But how can we agree if we don't even try? You know, and practicing, you know, it seems a lot lately we've been on the point of the greater 2. Love Yahuwah with all your heart, soul, and mind, and loving your neighbor as yourself. Like, those things are important. I got a brother, right? He ain't, you know, a best friend. He been my best friend for 30 years. He ain't in the truth. But I love my brother as I love myself, because I want to see him in the kingdom. Just like I told my sister this morning, I want to see you in the kingdom. But you got to turn from your wicked ways.
Yep.
You got to. That's the only way the thing's going to start shifting. I was going to start shifting the atmosphere for you, because had he not changed me, I was living a reprobated mindset. I was out here at the strip club, doing the after hours. I was drinking. I was doing this. I was doing that. I was big time smoker. You name it, I done had it. You know, and for me to be at a point where I'm just so humble, where I ain't got to get that thorn in my side. I don't want that thorn in my side to remind me to stay humble. I don't want to have to lay on my side 364 days, then switch sides and lay another 90 days, and then eat bread with dung in it for Yasharah. I don't want to have to do that. So,
hey, brother Chaz, let me ask you this, following along what you were saying there. So when we come into the truth, you know, everyone here has felt that fired up feeling. I mean, you on 100 every day. I'm talking about you up until 3 watching videos, you reading all night, you ain't slept in a week, you just going in, you can't wait to get home so you can watch some more. You know what I mean? And immediately the first thing to do is we start going to our brothers and sisters that are not in the truth, whatever that might mean, but they're not in the truth. And then the first thing we start doing is telling them how wicked they are, and they take offense, understandably. How do you suggest that we present the truth to them? Because I know that when I first came in, I did that. Like, hey man, that's wicked, do this, and that didn't work. The only thing that I can tell you that worked was, in hindsight, was me not trimming my ways and being a light in front of their face. It didn't matter what I said. I can call them wicked, and all that did was bring a fight. You know what I mean? No one wants to be called wicked because I'm sitting here saying this, and they remember me from last year. They remember me from they know more of the old me than the new me. They don't even know the new me yet. You know what I mean? I'm trying to tell them this, and I'm sitting here with the nerve to tell them they're wicked. So I think early on, a lot of us find out this truth, and it's such a beautiful thing, and it changes your heart, and you can feel the fire, and you just want to share it with all your people. But I know now that it didn't work well for me walking around calling everyone wicked. The only thing that worked was history making my actions authentic and not trimming my ways. After 5 years, they seen I wasn't coming for Christmas. They said, okay, this dude loves Christmas, and he ain't been here in half a decade. You know what I mean? And I did. I loved coming together, partying and stuff, and I was wicked for that. But how do you think, how should we approach it, in your opinion, to avoid that confrontation? Or do we just do like it says in Isaiah, and spare not and just run down on them? Or do we be harmless as a dove and wise as a serpent? How do we approach it to where they're not offended and they'll sit there and listen? Because so far all I see that works is be the light, be consistent, don't trim your ways. Calling someone wicked or saying those things has 0% success rate for me. I don't know about y'all.
So definitely being wise is the precept. I don't know why I got tongue tied just now. But I actually had a similar situation as well when I first came in the truth, fired up, and there was a Christian church came to my house to pray for my grandmother, and I came down the stairs and we not gonna be doing that JC around here. And my sister came out, the same sister I talked about today. She came out the house. You the devil, and why you doing the people? Why you doing them like that? This ain't what grandma taught you. This, that, and the third, and so it went from me trying to condemn, because it took a while to condemn them, to what they would say. I'm from Missouri, the Show Me State, so I let my actions speak louder than my words. When I started keeping the Sabbath day. I was already not eating pork for years and years and years.
Me too, right.
So when I started showing these actions and doing these things and started, loving them different, speaking to them, telling them I'm loving them and showing them the actions, instead of me trying to pound you with the word, I just walk the word out.
Right.
And that's a way to do it. Just instead of pounding with the word, just walk it out.
What do you mean by walk it out?
Let's just do as the scriptures do.
Just do it. Basically the same thing I just said, summarize. Be the light. Keep the commandments right in their face with no shame.
Instead of beating them with it, beating them over the head, sometimes we have to meet them where they are.
Gotcha.
We have to meet them where they are so they can kind of have an understanding. Yeah, give them a regular conversation. Sit there and play some Uno with them. Play cards with them. You ain't got to beat them over the head. Beat them over the head with scripture. Play some dominoes with them. Do something.
Shoot the breeze.
Still interact with the family, but they already know the fact of the matter remains is that you a different person. Mm-hmm. You don't look at life in the physical no more, because the Most High done remove the scales from your eyes. He done remove the wax from your ears. He done gave you a heart of flesh. So now you see things in the spirit. You don't see things in the physical no more like everybody else.
Mm.
Right. And so I guess the main thing that I take from that is, like you said, you got to meet people where they are, because you on a level spiritually doesn't mean that they are. You have to remember where you came from. That's why now when I talk to brothers, I used to be kind of harsh. You know what I mean? Because I came up under the Nation of Islam at first. So I was already accustomed with not eating pork and all that. So my mind state was pretty militant. So that's how I approached the whole thing, you know what I mean? But now I realize, you know what, man? Once you get to a certain level, you realize we should all know this anyway, but the scriptures is true. The love takes care of most of that, man. If you just show brotherly love, and it takes care of all that. Now, people get the wrong idea when you start talking love. They think I'm talking about letting someone smack you in the face or letting someone just openly run around sinning and stuff. Nah, but you have to be patient, because if someone, I've my personality, I mean, probably the same for a lot of you brothers. I was always a deep thinker. You know what I mean? I was always reading and trying to figure things out. Nothing changed me. I was still a heathen and doing whatever I wanted. You know what I mean? But I was still a deep thinker. And then I started realizing these people that I'm coming in contact with, they're saying the same things that I was saying early on, and look where I am. So I know that there's a road to travel. You know what I mean? The things that I was way wrong. I mean, before I found the truth, I went totally in. I was looking at Islam. I was looking at crystals and energy fields and all kind of weird new age, but I was trying to find it. You know what I mean? I knew something was there. What am I trying to find?
Right.
I had to go. Same here. Yeah, I had to bend those corners in order to get to the spot. Once I got through all those corners, so for me, when someone approaches me talking that talk and saying those things, I'm much more patient with them and understanding that, because I have to remember, hold up, I was on that road, and that's where I was. Right. No one got on my case about it. You know what I mean? And it let me to skate on to where I needed to go. Right. So I usually just say, hey, look, I mean, I understand your perspective and where you're coming from. This is what the scripture says. You should consider this. And what people should need to realize is most of the things that they're laying out are just poor attempts to explain what the scripture is saying anyway. And if you just go right to the source, you get rid of all the extra mumbo jumbo. And then you start seeing that it's really totally and literally written on your heart. And all you have to do is just let it guide you. But there's a language to the spirit. You have to speak the language of the spirit. And if you don't understand the language of the spirit, you can just get guided anywhere doing anything. So there's definitely a language. And for me, it's always recognized in hindsight. It's not something you recognize in real time. You look back and you're like, oh, wow. Okay. I get what was okay. Wow. And then you just start looking back at all these things that have transpired since you came in the truth, and you put it all together, and then your faith increases. Then you start seeing this stuff is real. I mean, and then you become more diligent, and then you become a better fisher of men. Then everything increases. You know, there's been times when, in the truth, I mean, I'm saying in the last 3 years, I was somewhere and I got into it with an older white man, and I mean, we got into it. We was in a small space, and it was about to go down. You know what I mean? And he was fired up. He was ready to go, and so was I. But the words that came out my mouth and the way I handled the situation was totally different than anything I'd ever done. It was words that I'm not even familiar to. And I diffused the situation. I handled it in a Christ-like manner. And when it was all said and done, I looked back and I realized, whoa, I'm totally led by a whole new spirit now. Wow. Hallelujah. You know, and it blew my mind. I'm like, I'm a different person. There was no part of me that I could have destroyed this man. You know what I mean? And I wanted to, but my ego wasn't there. There was no ego there. I was saying peaceful things out of my mouth to diffuse. I was strong and I was firm and I was assertive, but I was laying it out there, and the whole room was looking at me like, who is this dude?
Perfect as your Father in heaven is perfect.
But all praise, because it wasn't me. I was not in control of that. Right. If it was left to me, history tells me what I do. You know what I mean? I know how to do, but I was just a blessing that I'm a new person. I'm really a new person. And this, like, you can't tell. We all say we're new. We all say I became new. But what does it really mean? It means when you look back in hindsight and you could test your own spirit and I'm about to say analyze, but just look at your own self and see where you are. That's when you start to see, oh, I am brand new. I am new. And like I said, building with you brothers and coming to those revelations, you increase in spirit and your confidence starts to grow in that spirit. And I love it. It's a beautiful thing. Oh, did we lose Dr. Asiatic? But I'm sorry, brothers. I mean, this whole conversation was supposed to go a different way, but I love the conversation. I love what we're talking about right now. And this is something I never got to do.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
this is something I never got to do.
The Ruach is flowing. That's what the Ruach was set to do. You know,
right.
Even though we came on to do it a different way, but when Abba wants his Ruach to flow,
it flows.
That's what's gonna happen.
Well, who's gonna stop it? Nobody on this screen. Nope. That's for sure. None of us. And if you can't stop it, let me know. I need to talk to you.
No, you're right.
It ain't happening. Brother Obadiah, what you got? You want to say something?
So yeah,
I see you just taking it in.
Yeah, this is good, man. I ain't gonna lie. I love talking about the master with everybody that also believes in him too and has a faith in him. What's crazy is we had a lesson just yesterday on Shabbat, and we was talking about faith. Faith small as a mustard seed, and how small it really is. You know what I mean? And also about the story about the woman who was flowing, and Yahusha was walking around a lot of people, a lot of crowd, and she touched the hem of the garment, and she knew she was healed. She knew she was blessed whenever she touched the hem of the garment. He said, "Who touched me?" And everybody's like, "What? Everybody's touching you right now." But no, I felt something leave me. I felt the faith from her and the faith from me. I felt that, and she has been healed. When I'm thinking about that, I'm just like, wow, like we really doing this right now. Like we're a God. It says when two or more are gathered, there he is in the midst. That's the most beautiful thing. And that's really why I'm kind of like feeling like this right now, and I just want to get to know y'all a lot more. I had that problem. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, like I'm confessing something. I have a problem with just being in my own lane, because I've done that for so long throughout, from my ninth grade year. Yeah.
Come on, everybody raise their hand. Go ahead, get it out of the way. I can't see you, brother Asiatic, but you probably got your hand up. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. But going from high school, and progressing there, I was just, doing it all for myself. And Yahuwah does that because he's sowing you to be a strong leader. He's showing you to be a strong man of Yahuwah, a man of faith. And I didn't realize that until now. And that's what I need to talk to y'all, because first of all, y'all are older than me, and y'all have a lot more wisdom in the world as well. Y'all can help out with somebody that's my age, to not fall off the path, not fall off the way, so that I can grow older and have my own family and teach, you know what I mean? And be a good husband to my family, and I'm learning these things because the Babylonian world wants to tell you, faith is having faith in your dream and having faith in all these serious things. Have faith in the work that you can do. It's like, no, I'm nothing until I have Yahuwah. I'm no one. Nothing. I'm a nobody, right? And that's why we are all so humble. That's why we all know where we come from. When it says, your identity, everybody want to say, man, everybody rocking the fringes and ZZs and like, yeah, I'm that dude. It's like, no, when you rock that, you understand that I come from dust. I come from dirt, and we shall return as that. Like DJ Taz was saying, right? But, while you're in that, you realize, okay, Yahuwah is my master, and Yahuwah is my teacher. He's the master gardener. He is what keeps us strong, right? Our faith, right? All that stuff, right? So I kind of just was thinking about all of that as y'all was saying stuff, but I want to reach out to y'all and really chop it up, because I think that's a beautiful thing that's about to start happening soon. Especially because I'm my ruach is like awake now. I was so tired from the day, man. Bruh, I was like
sweating. It's all. I was like, I mean, if I'm being honest, these type of scenarios, they're nerve wracking for me because I'm used to keeping to myself. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I have to force myself to get on this live stream and meet with your brothers, man. Don't just hide in your room and do your thing like you always do. Once you keep doing it, you get more comfortable. And now look, I'm like, this is the best part of my day. I was worried about how it was going to unfold. I'm like, look, I'm glad I did. So right,
but just like Obadiah was saying, real quick, backing off what he was saying. When she touched the ZZs, when she touched the hem of his garments, he felt the virtue leave, right? So just like now, as we're touching his hem, we feel the renewed virtue. We feel renewed because I think we were all tired, just like Tru Judah just saying. Sometimes we just recluse. We just want to be in our own element, writing our music with our headphones. But we were all tired from the day. I drove from Atlanta, drove down with the Mitch Parker. We had a great time, come back a little tired. But I get on with my brothers, and now I feel energized. Now I feel renewed. You see what I'm saying? So it's the same as
we all feeling the same thing. Like we just said earlier, it's all the same feeling. It's the same spirit inside of us. It's one spirit inside of all. Well, 5 of us on here right now. The same spirit.
We got a man soap opera going on here.
Right. Hey, look, all praise to the Most High for that. Because let me tell you, this has been the best part of my day so far. I mean, and like I hope I want to be able to do this again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bring brothers together and have these open powwows, because I don't think it happens enough. A lot of times you get brothers together and it's a it's a battle for who's the most wise, who got the most scriptures to drop, or who. Look, man, I don't care about that. I would rather just have this it's like a camaraderie or a brotherhood or something you feel when you're in agreement with your brothers. I don't have to agree with everything you're saying. Do you love the Most High? Do you love His Son? Do you keep His commands? I love you then, brother. I'm not going to sit here and argue with you about sun up or sun down. That is a waste of my time. I'm not going to argue with you about what color somebody was 5,000 years ago. Right. I'm not going to do it. There's no way for me to tell you what Esau looked like, man, and it doesn't have anything to do with my salvation. Right. You know what I mean? Right. It's all good for deep thinking brothers that are on that level. Let's talk. Let's powwow that out. Let's hear it. But I'm not going to argue with you about it, brother. Right. It doesn't serve me anything. It's vain. All you want me to do is win this argument. Now you won. What's your prize? It ain't the kingdom. Yeah. Well, now ain't no money. It ain't a hat. It ain't nothing. Right. What is your prize? Right. Now, what is your prize?
You won the argument. You won the debate. Okay, where do we go from here?
Where do we go from here? Now we're not even brotherly.
Was Mashiach edified? Was the Most High edified?
No.
Was a soul won? Nope. A lot of the souls that was watching the debate and the argument probably turned off now. They don't even want to. Yeah,
because it's the same thing over and over again. We're gonna argue about who Esau. Do it matter who Esau is, brother? Because Esau got you. You here. You know what I'm saying? They got you, bro. You here. If we wouldn't even be having these conversations if that wasn't the case. So chalk that one up and get focused on brotherly love, keeping these commands, and building so we can duck that. But if you keep these spirits alive by arguing with them, they're still destroying you. Right. They're still doing this as a spiritual thing. So no, you bring these things up every day. That's the argument. Can't you see that's that same spirit destroying you? That there's a war going on and you losing, bro. It doesn't matter that you're yelling loud or you think you won a war by humiliating your brother, making him feel small in his knowledge, when he has great knowledge. It doesn't matter that he doesn't know how to tell you what Esau looked like 3,000 years ago. No one knows what that man looked like 3,000 years ago. It doesn't matter what you tell me, what book you bring from whoever, from Russia. I don't care what kind of book you bring to show me about anything. You don't know what this man looked like. I don't even care what he looked like.
Right. We wasn't there.
Right. I wasn't there. And it doesn't matter if he was dark skin, light skin, whatever. The same thing unfolded. All I know is one thing: to duck any of that, love, keep the commandments, or you'll die. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. And when we're having these conversations, it's better than debates. It's better than going off trying to flex your muscles on your scriptures and all the stuff you know. Right. Look, man, I know the scriptures. I know all those things, but I enjoy applying them. I enjoy the peace that comes from brotherly love. I enjoy the peace that comes from keeping His commands. I enjoy the peace that comes from being diligent. All the peace that comes with that when you truly keeping those commands is something that you don't want to lose. I don't want to lose it. You know what I mean? I know what life is like without that, and I do not want to go back to that.
Oh man,
I do not want to go back to that. And so someone looking, they might say, "Oh, fool, you ain't got nothing now. Look at you. You don't even your drip decreased significantly. You ain't nothing no more. You don't get, bro." I feel like I'm the best dressed I ever been with my fringes on my t-shirt and the same jeans I wear every day. It's all good, bro. I'm not tripping off that no more. My mind is on way higher things. Yep. This right here is the riches. This is the gold. This is the treasure. Being able to feel and experience this. And I hope, I'm gonna double back and link back in with all you brothers, and maybe we can come, once a month and come together like this and powwow and do this again. Invite some other brothers on, because I think this is much more necessary than arguing. You know what I mean? Man. Now, arguing, and then if we present this platform this way, the Most High gonna send the kindred spirits. They gonna show up.
They'll come.
And even if we disagree on a matter, it doesn't matter. Right. What matters is we together and we're being agreeable. Right. That's how you feel about that. That's something to think about, brother. I'm gonna go check that out. Doesn't mean I gotta go turn my house upside down because you told me the new moon is on a Friday. I don't have to go swaying away. You shouldn't expect me to either, brother. You should know that you shouldn't expect no man just to turn his house upside down because you said something. I would think something was wrong with that man. Like, hey, brother, you shouldn't have done that. Hold on, I might not even really know. You know what I mean? Exactly. But we got to be humble enough to go about it that way.
I know one thing is for sure. We got 4K video today, man, to prove it from now on. So it's in the ways we move, man. We now have 4K video, man, to move, do these podcasts, do these interviews, do these shows, do these features, man. We got 4K video, so now from now it's no excuse. We got to make use of this technology, man, and put this message out there for our people.
Look how easy it was to do this. And really, we can see right now that all we have to do is show up. We ain't gotta do nothing else. All we gotta do is show up. The words are gonna be there. Everything's gonna be there. It don't matter if you feeling low, feeling low energy, feeling nervous, feeling like you just get on the thing and talk. Or don't say nothing. Just listen, and the words will come. Whatever you have to say will come, and just experience some of that brotherly love. And I think that's what's most important in the nation right now is the brotherly love. You know what I mean? Because there's no excuse for me going so long on the truth and me being me that I'm just now interacting with brothers like you. Part of it is because of me, but other because you think, man, these I'm not about to be arguing with these brothers. I mean, but then once you put everybody on the level, it's like, oh, okay, we all in a safe space, and it's okay. Everybody got their guard down. Now we see we all the same. Now we see we all sharing the same spirit. But if we want to sit there and just argue about something, you're never going to get there. It's always going to be the same thing. Even with the music and the things that we're doing. Oh, go ahead.
Real quick, we got Eliah. He said he can't. He got to bring you in. You got to bring him in. To the live.
Yeah, he dropped out. Let me see. Oh, the brother came back. Hey, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, brother. Hey, I brought you in. You dropped out. Brother. Good to meet you. Good to meet you.
A microphone or something like that.
Oh man, welcome to the conversation. Could you hear me?
Appreciate it, man. I've been hearing everything in the background, man. Y'all been, all praises to the mighty Yah, man.
All praises, all praises.
Left the man out in the cold.
Man, bro, I was trying to be aware of leaving people in the cold too. I was on top of it. And I was like, I left this man in the freezer cold. The sun done went down and everything. Hey, brother, tell us a little bit about yourself real quick. Everybody ran down the introduction.
I'm Eliah, man, Israel. You know what I'm saying? Again, all praise to the mighty Yah, the name of his only begotten son, man. A writer, father, you know what I mean, husband, you know, brother, you know, to all of you, man. Shalom in your home. Yeah, man, just excited about June 5th, man, meeting all of you, man. Man, I just did a track with his brother, phenomenal track, man. Obadiah, we got to get together, baby. We got to do something, man.
We all got to.
Good, Aki.
Yeah. So y'all, what you meant? I think you mentioned the name of the song. What's the name of the song? I just did again.
The Woe remix. The Woe is one of the singles off the New Moon album, but this is the remix, and
the remix is not on the album, right?
No, it's not on the album. It'll be finished soon.
I gotta get the remix on rotation.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna rush it to you soon because it's
out right now, right?
No, it's not out right now. We haven't finished it.
Yeah, email me that, brother. I want to get it on when it's time.
Most definitely. Soon as I throw he just sent me his, and I'm about to blaze mine. And it's as soon as we get finished with it, we're gonna I'll get it to you, man. But yeah, all praises for that, man.
All praise. So everybody,
beautiful time in this one, man. Brothers working together. It's a beautiful time, man.
I was just about to say. And everybody at me is gonna be at the event, I guess, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I think all y'all is pretty much in the South on the East Coast, though, right?
Yes.
Yeah. See, it's a stretch for me to get out there from Cali sometimes.
Nah, I'm in the
Cali.
Say it again, Taz.
Me and Obadiah in the South.
It's real South.
Everything in Texas is bigger, for sure.
So
I'm in South Carolina.
Everything big in Texas. They one line.
That's what they say. Hey, look, I remember driving through Texas one time. It was middle of the day.
Yeah.
I fell asleep, woke up the next day and was still driving through Texas. I was like, bruh, where are we at? It's a whole new country or something, man. What is going on? Because Cali, Cali is long. You can go up a long ways, you know what I mean? But you drive east, you in Nevada quick, you know what I mean? But that was something weird, bro. I mean, and I was talking about the sun was in front of me. The sun went down and came back in front of me again. I'm like, oh, Texas. What is going on in Texas, man? I don't even want to go back to that weird place. I'm cool.
Texas is man, it's been a blessing to be here and for the change of my life, man. I'm definitely grateful that Abba put me in a new location to be like Abraham. You know, pretty much he told him to move and he left.
All praise. Yeah.
Same here, man. Like I mentioned
Praise
earlier,
Yahweh.
I spent all my life in Charlotte, North Carolina. And then last year, for 2 years, I've been in South Carolina. So the same as, and I didn't want to come, but Abba was like, look, when I tell you to move, you got to go. So we didn't question it. And since then, I mean, blessing, spiritually, growth. I mean, it's
Rock
just,
Yahuwah.
man, Barak Yahuwah, man, he's just
Rock
it's whoa. You can't explain it. It's the things he do is whoa. You can't explain it. And the more you try to explain it, the more tongue-tied and brain-tied I get. So I just
Let it go. You're gonna let it do
him
what
all
it do.
praise. That's it.
Yeah, let it do what it do. That's the main thing I learned. Let it do what it do. Yeah.
So all praises.
So everybody getting down. What I probably asked this, but just for people that are tuning in, what's everybody doing at the event?
Now, what you mean?
At the event on the June 5th at the street community fair.
Now, what the songs we performing, or
you performing, right? So you performing, right?
Yes, sir.
What you got going on? What song you doing?
I got 4 joints, but I'm only doing like the first verse. I got you can see me. I got Flesh versus Spirit, 7. I got Work with Lorvin. We got a joint together, and I'm doing Open the Kingdom.
What's the name? Do you have a new project out right now?
Yeah, I have a new album coming out called Reassemble. But I have a one EP out. It's called Flesh versus Spirit. That's out already.
I need to make sure I got that in rotation. I'm not even sure if it's spinning. If not, it will be tomorrow.
Yeah,
sure.
on YouTube and also SoundCloud.
Look at Ted.
Look at it. Okay. That's there you go right there. That let me know right now. That's something I need to grab. Look.
It's me.
Yeah. Look at it. He hitting the Birdman. The Birdman. The 504 Birdman hands over there. Yeah, I can't wait to see what everybody got brewing, man. I wish I could be out there. If the event is anything like the conversations we've had here, it's going to be a huge blessing. And I'm confident that's what's going to happen. I'm upset that I can't be there. That's going to be a beautiful thing.
Hey, but if I may add, excuse me, if I may add, man, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Y'all is my witness. I'm really excited to see the brothers perform and sisters perform more than my performance. I really, because these brothers are really, really talented. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I support my people. I love my people genuinely, man. And to love your neighbor as thyself, that's deep within itself. You see what I'm saying? So I'm excited to see these brothers perform and our sisters to perform, man. So, hey, man, I wish you could be there, brother.
I wish I could, brother. I mean, but you know what, man? I think it was just bad timing for me, for one. Then 2, I think it goes back to what we all talked about a little while ago. I was kind of in my I could have made it happen. You know what I mean? I make everything else happen. I could have made it happen, but I'm about to get up out of that because now I'm seeing I'm missing out on a huge opportunity. I could have been there and I could have been enjoying the brotherly love with all the brothers and doing the thing. But, you know, it's the Most High's will. I think the next thing that pops off, I'll have it. Or maybe I'll even get something going on my own out this way and get the brothers out here. You know what I mean? So who knows what's coming? But as long as we keep building on this, I think it's going to be a whole lot of things unrolling. Because it's too much talent. It's too much good-hearted brothers, too much talent, too much brothers wanting to build to not be. It's been a while. These things should be getting much bigger. And I think these conversations is going to help do that. I think these conversations is going to help do that because it lets me know one thing. Okay, these brothers is like me. We all on the same page with the Most High. We trying to build. Let's go build. And when you go in with that type of faith, there's really nothing that can stop it. You know what I mean? What can stop it? It doesn't matter how can anyone harm you when you're basing it on doing the work for the Most High. Whatever happens is what's supposed to happen if you move it in the light and doing the right thing. If something goes bad, take it with joy. That's what's supposed to happen, bro. Pick it up and keep it moving, you know. Brother Obadiah, what are you doing? I think you mentioned it, but just so the people know what's going down. What you got going up there?
So
at the event, at least.
At the event, so I'm gonna be doing "Closer to You." That was one of the first singles that came out that I posted on SoundCloud, and then it was out on all platforms. And then a second one I was thinking about doing was a little bit more slow, but I may not do all of it. I may do probably about half. It's called "You Reign." It's also one of the ones that came out after "Closer to You." I was thinking about doing something off the album, but I was like, nah. I was like, I want to do something, that I started with, going back to the root. What did I push out first? And so I'm gonna be doing that. I'm working with that, and I'm gonna be doing that acoustically. So I'm grab one of them Johns or one of the electric guitars that I got.
That's what I want. That's what I like. Yeah.
Nice.
So you about to get up there with the guitar and play and get down at the same time? Or?
I want you to do coffee.
So, you want
comedy?
You know what? I was thinking about that one. Yeah.
Wait, you said do comedy?
When I first heard that song, I was like, oh.
Oh, that's a cool song.
I need to get. I actually hit you up about that song. I still waiting on that email.
Hold on. Oh, the email? Oh, I'll be checking my emails, man.
What's the name of the song? What's the name of the song?
That was actually the first. That's on the album. It's the first song. Well, yeah, the first song that comes up. It's called Coffee. It came out on Became Humble Music. Dimitri posted it on his YouTube page. And it was one of the first. It wasn't a single. It was on the album, but it came out as a single video. It was our first video that we shot. And then the other one was Awaken, and then Old Soul. So I had 3 that had videos, official videos, but those are all on the album. The ones that I'm talking about are the ones that are just me just working and then just pushing them out whenever I keep people busy until the album dropped. That was what it was. But as far as Coffee, I was thinking about that one. No, Taz, I was thinking about that one. I might have to put that instead of You Rain. I probably should do that because I can play the guitar right there. And
right. No, you got to play the guitar. That put a whole other level on. That's like some, that takes you to a whole nother. I'm not even a rapper. I'm a whole different kind of person. Y'all don't even know what I can do with the guitar. I'm making music up here. Yeah, I wish I was able to do that. Yeah, that's incredible. Yeah. That's incredible. What about you, brother? You doing something from New Moon up there, or?
Yeah, so I'm gonna do the Whoa single. I wish hey, y'all willing? I can get the remix for me and Eliana Blaze remix, but I'm doing the Whoa, the regular Whoa song, and then I'm doing the remix for Save the Day with y'all pop.
Okay. That's something to look forward to. And DJ Taz, I know you on the 1s and 2s, right? This man done froze up. Look at it. They got it with a nice little smile. But they got that man with a nice commercial pose. Look at it. I know. So you're gonna be on the 1s and 2s, right? So you're gonna be rocking the house like all day.
I'm definitely ready to meet you brothers. A lot of y'all music I pretty much had been screaming. Sister, thanks to Yahuwah and Sista Delta, pretty much put a lot of music out to, that I could even, download and put on Shabbat mix. Definitely, I gotta say, since I'm gonna just say New Moon for an example. One of my favorite songs on that is Victory.
Victory, yeah.
Like
it
kind of reminds me of Victory when we were in Christianity.
Yeah.
A totally different level of victory. And then I actually heard the song Work for the kingdom. I was like, oh, okay. All right. I'm starting to get a lot more singers. I dealt with it. I got a lot of rappers, but it's not enough worship. And with y'all coming out with these songs, it helps me to be able to bridge that gap together. So we ain't just gotta be rap all the way over here and worship all the way over here. I can just go straight down the middle.
That narrow road. You gotta get right there. That narrow road. Look, all day long we all been doing this. We gotta get in the middle. That's that road we talking about. We all keep doing it. We gotta get right in the middle. That narrow road. That's that narrow road.
All praises, man. All praises.
Man, I love to hear about everything everybody's doing, man. It's a beautiful thing. One thing's for certain is I'm gonna double back and shoot everybody an email so we can make this happen again. It might not even be in this way, but we definitely gonna come back on the platform and go live and chop it up. Whoever can make it can make it. Whoever not, catch it the next week. But I want to keep this going. You know, usually when we come on, it's strictly about the music and everybody talk about, you know, what they got going on. But I feel like it's much more interesting for brothers to speak their heart and everybody get to, you know, show that heart and be like, oh, okay, because it gives power. You know what I mean? Yeah. I feel like it gave me some power. I mean, it's the best thing that happened in a minute to me, and it was a small thing. All we did was get on here and talk. That could happen any day of the week and any time. And as much as it gave to my spirit, it's valuable, more valuable than I even realized. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I wanted to ask something because I know I'm late. I'm like super late, man. And y'all been on for about an hour and 45 minutes chopping it up. I heard in the background, man, you brothers is bringing out some powerful words of wisdom and encouraging words, man. I got to get to the family. Like I said, shoot me a email, how we going to do it. And then we can just meet up, man, and hopefully I can be on time.
Absolutely, brother. I'm gonna shoot you an email, and we were about to wrap it up anyway, but I was letting everybody to say, you know, what they had going on, and if you want to throw your social media handle out there or your any website or anything so people can contact you, throw it out there for you before you leave.
Oh yeah, most definitely, man. Eliyah Yisrael, check me out. YouTube, SoundCloud. All praises to the Most High, Yah, man, for this gift and talent, man, and like I said, man, shalom in your home to all of you.
Shalom to your home, brother. And we appreciate you blessing with your presence, man. It was a pleasure.
Yeah, man.
We'll check you out at that event.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, and the rest of you good brothers, man, did y'all want to have any websites or anything you want to drop or your social media handles or anything? I know everybody got something they want to throw out there.
I think everybody knows mine.
Oh, look at that. Everybody.
Pretty much, you know, I kind of, you know, with everybody on here, like I said, here lately, I've been so, you know, connecting with everybody. So, you know, Mr. Tarian Ayo Ben Yahoo on YouTube, Ayo Ben Yahoo on Facebook, Tarian B on IG, Tarian B on Twitter.
Also, it's the same all the way around. I know I definitely got you on Instagram and everything. So, yeah.
Yep, sure do. Absolutely.
Yep. LinkedIn. What about you, brother DJ Taz?
All right, so DJ Taz 504 Run That Beat on YouTube.
Hey.
DJ Taz the Barber on Instagram. Yeah, I do cut hair too. Yeah, so I'm all over the place.
Do it all.
And D.J. Taz Stewart on Facebook, or you can also follow me also on the group DJ Taz Truth Shabbat Truth Music Mix Show group as well.
Boom. And brother Obadiah, talk to me.
All right, so well, I don't know where to start. Instagram, Obadiah.Yahoo official. I have another Instagram which is made for the music part, which is Obadiah.Obadiah.Yahoo, which is just the Hebrew version of Obadiah, but just broken up with a period. Very simple. And then my YouTube is simple, Obadiah Yahoo. I try to keep it as simple because I don't want to give myself a title that Yahuwah didn't give me. So as far as SoundCloud, same thing, Obadiah Yahoo, keep it simple. And then I think that's pretty much it, really. My Facebook is the same way. So y'all can reach me there as well. I don't really do emails really well. So if you want to hit me up, do a direct message. My phone is a little I got, but I try to stay up to date. Like I said, I'm trying to do better at reaching out to some of my brothers and sisters out there that are in the truth, that are like-minded. But yeah, so hit me up on DM. I just dropped my number in the chat for so
drop it on in. I think what you laid out there, I think we all working on that too. So right here, we're starting. I'm gonna do better, and I'm gonna reach out to all y'all. And that's what I'm gonna do. And if you don't respond, I'm gonna reach out again. I'm gonna reach out. I'm gonna send you another email and be like, "Hey, look, brother, following up," because I mean, it ain't nothing but building. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. And so all these brothers here that everyone heard talking today, and some popped in, some popped out. They're all gonna be performing and interacting at the Hebrew Wall Street event that's coming up in Dallas on June 5th. It's gonna be a family-friendly event. Righteous content, righteous conversation. There's gonna be vendors. It's going to be at the Beckley Sainer Rec Center. I don't know if it's Sainer or Sainer. I don't know how to pronounce it, but that's where it's going to be. Everybody got Google, so you can Google it. and that's in Dallas, Texas. It's going to be from 1 to 5. If you paying attention, it's been scrolling across the bottom of that screen the whole time. So all these good brothers will be performing and getting down there, so you can check them out there. And stay tuned to Righteous Line Radio, because we'll be able to have all these brothers in the mix, spinning their music, coming on the show and doing content like this. And my brothers, like I said a million times today, it's been a pleasure. DJ Taz, I know we're supposed to jump into another mix, but we went for a while and it turned into a whole different kind of powwow, man. That turned into something else that I think we're going to build on. So I don't want to keep you brothers too long. I know everybody got stuff they got to get to, and it's real late on the East Coast. So I guess we'll wrap it up here. It's been a pleasure. I love you, brothers, man. I'm glad we got the chance to do this, and we'll link up soon. I'm going to send those emails out to you soon. And for anyone watching, these conversations, they're applicable to all of us. You didn't have to just be here in this chat. You can reach out and say, hey, I enjoy what you brothers was doing, and let's link in. Right now, I think it's best in this format. But sisters, if you have an idea that you want to link into, Sister Delta is normally here with us, and I'm sure she would love to take that on and say, okay, we'll come on the platform and we'll have the same kind of powwow with the sisters, because I know it will be equally as powerful with them. You know what I mean? And then we can bring it all together and do whatever we want. So I'm excited, man. Like I said, I love you, brothers. This has been a pleasure, and I can't wait till we all get to talk again.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Shalom, brothers. Love y'all too, man.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom, my brother.